Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another garden update. It's another beautiful morning. I'm in a little staring contest right now with the chipmunk. He's just staring at me, wondering what I'm doing. Don't worry, little buddy. You're making your guest appearance today. So it's another beautiful, wonderful day. It's really early in the morning. It's before 8 o'clock. It's already almost 90 degrees. We're in the middle of our heat wave. Oh, he just scooted away. There. Yeah, we're in the middle of a heat wave. It's been over 100 degrees the past few days. The real feel yesterday was between 105 and 110. And it's going to be another one of those days today. But thankfully the weather's gonna break soon, and in the next few days we're gonna get a roller coaster of weather. It's supposed to drop down into the 70s and then back up into the 90s, on and off storms. So yep, we'll see what happens that next week. But let's get into this garden update. Alright, so a little preview as I walk by. Come on over here. So over here, I have marked out the hyacinths, so I'm going to dig up the hyacinths in the next couple weeks, and I'm going to save those bulbs for the next year. The daffodils, there's a tiger, or I almost called it a tiger lily, orange daylily. Cosmos over here, another orange daylily, the iris. Over here, the cosmos, the other iris, the daylilies here, cosmos. I don't know if I did it last week or this week, but I did trim back the mugwort. That's what it looks like. The Gladys is over here. There's something else I was going to point out, and I can't remember right now. So I'm trying to think of what to do over here for next year, and I'm trying to think of some ideas. I have a couple of the orange daylilies, the Easter lilies, tulips, other things that are going to go here. So I'm just thinking of ideas for next year. So coming over here, you can see the orange daylilies here. I'm actually gonna deadhead this one. Deadhead this one. Actually, you could just snap them off. That one's blooming. This one's just starting to bulb. Cosmos. The columbine isn't really flowering that much anymore. So after this, I'm just gonna cut off the flower spikes on it. The cardinal over here is getting quite big. I just kind of keep them spread out as much as I can. They grow pretty quick. That's going good. There's over there. I got the morning glory climbing up this pole here. This is a snake plant. This plant you usually see indoors in places like malls and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the snake plant. The bush lily over here, it's kind of hard to see in the shadows, is it's a tropical plant, and it really likes the sun, and usually it's indoors, and when I put it outdoors, it almost always starts blooming right away, and you can see the flower spike in there and the blooms. That will be blooming soon. Got the morning glory going up there. The iris over here is doing pretty good. That cardinal over here. Got a shadow. Got the scarlet sage right there. That's the scarlet sage. The pansies, cosmos, and then this one is the lilies, the white tiger lilies. I'm not exactly sure if they're white tiger lilies because they don't have the freckles on them. So they might be something else, but they're still absolutely like beautiful plants. Try to get in the shadow. I actually had one that lost all of its flower heads, so I'm just gonna come through and just snip it right there. That's that. Cosmos, you can see the scarlet sage on this one's just starting to come up. The little yellow daylilies are doing just fine. The lilies up here, these guys are just, this one's just opening. This one's just closing, so I'm going to snip this one off. This one's just closing. You could just, these are pretty easy to just snip off. But that's how those orange daylilies are doing. I'm really proud of these petunias. I wasn't really expecting much, but they've gotten quite big. The calla lilies, one there, one's over there. This is a Japanese maple. I actually had people come over and continuously say that it's a weed, but it's actually Japanese maple. That's what that is. Yeah, back to the cosmos. The rose is doing pretty good. I deadheaded a couple more. It's actually getting ready for its second growth, and I'm just like looking at it, and you could tell that there's been some bug activity, but not a whole lot. A lot of the leaves are pretty healthy, and that's because I come out every single morning and I spray it down with the hose, come underneath with the hose, and I'm actually going to come through after and deadhead a couple of those. And the lilies there. This lily. Coming over here. And with this Gladys over here, you can actually see right here, it's starting its flower head. So that's pretty cool. And don't mind this car here. I actually have to get it running again, but the hostas over here are setting up their flower spikes. See? Yep. And let's go check out my backyard garden. So I'm in the back here at the grapes and the greenhouse, and before I start looking at everything up here, one thing I noticed is that I did put a bunch of cosmos down here too to attract some pollinators, but I noticed something's been eating a lot of the flower heads and over there too, and I've been wondering why, and I believe it's the rabbits that have been coming through and eating the flower heads here. So that's interesting. Another thing is the chipmunk uses my greenhouse as like a little hideout, and he's got a home here somewhere, and he kind of uses it as like a super highway right in there, and then comes back that way. But speaking of that, the grapes, there's a lot of new growth once again. You're kind of all seeing it shoot out. Kind of see how all the new leaves are starting to form on it. starting to reach out with these, and you just kind of, and it will grab onto itself and keep working its way around. Over here, check out the sunflowers are actually doing pretty good now that they're in the cups and they're being protected. Those are doing pretty good. Come on over here, open the gate, and I'm actually gonna edit my video after this, but somebody was actually, a local business was actually throwing these out. I guess they were just done with them, so I saw them in the garbage and I took them home, and we got some French marigolds here. These are my strawberries, but then these two here, I want to try to get some seeds from them and maybe grow them for next year. That's how those are doing. The hosta down here, the cardinal, I believe that's a daylily, and then these are two watermelon right there. Let's check out the garden beds. So the garden beds back here are doing pretty good. I'll look at the pumpkins in a second. This one's just empty. I'm hoping to get the watermelon seedlings over here. I've tried a few times. I can't get it working. But this is what kind of made me think that the rabbits have been eating the cosmos, because all my cosmos down here, all the flower heads have been chewed off too. So, and that's on all of my cosmos here. But they're not doing anything to this blueberry here, and you can actually see that there's some new growth on it. This is a Niagara grape, and I've been kind of disappointed because nothing's been happening with it so far this whole summer, but finally something's starting to come, which means I'm gonna have a giant grapevine here soon. This blueberry is doing pretty good, and then these pumpkins over here have gotten quite big. There's that one, and there's this one. Yep, that's about it, everybody. Have a good day, and thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one last thing before I go. The duck of the day is the Beetlejuice duck. Have a good day, everybody.